I've been thinking recently about why we like anime. And this is important, I think, because often we're challenged on this in a not necessarily negative way, but sometimes folks will ask us, why do you like anime? Like, what is it that excites you about this whole medium? So I thought I'd make a quick video about 5 different things that I often see people say get them into anime, and hopefully this will be a reasonably and usefully inspiring list for you. First off, anime is different, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. The fact that anime tells stories we're not used to seeing. It has characters and character archetypes that aren't well represented in Western media. Anime feels like its own thing. The art style is distinctive. The animation style is distinctive. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think you can definitely enjoy something simply because it is unusual and because it scratches a different itch. Other folks like the action in anime. Now, obviously, not every anime series is action packed, but for those people who are into anime through One Piece or Naruto or Dragon Ball or what have you, there's something that has a great appeal to it. And I think this is definitely true. The action in anime is very different. The way characters are built up, the way powers are revealed, the way the animation can really make you feel a punch. Particularly the fact that anime will slow down and speed up time very deliberately to highlight a particular attack or a particular reaction to things. I think you feel action in anime in a way that you don't in most other mediums. Then there's the fact that anime is Japanese. And some people find this a little weird. Whoops. Then there's the fact that anime is Japanese. Some people find this a little weird to talk about, but I think it is a true and valid thing to be interested in. The fact that you get this window into another culture through anime. Now, granted, this can be taken too far. Some people think they are experts on Japan after having watched a couple of anime series, and obviously the Japanese culture presented through anime is distorted through a very particular lens of culture and of entertainment. But I think anime can absolutely expose you and start to expose you to Japanese culture, how things are different in different parts of the world. And I think that is a very cool and interesting thing, and definitely a valid way of appreciating anime. This is a less popular argument than it used to be, but a lot of folks loved anime back in the day, especially because it was more adult, it was more serious. Anime would tackle more serious themes, and it could be like aimed specifically at grown-ups. And while I don't think that has changed dramatically in terms of the content, we still get anime aimed at adults and at older audiences today. I think back, 10, 20 years ago, folks in the West were more concerned about showing how anime was different by contrasting it with kids' cartoons over here. And while it's still a valid argument, I think more we appreciate the fact that anime can have content aimed squarely at adults. And I don't just mean like adult, but stuff that's more serious, that's more complicated. The fact that you can have anime that really is very much dealing with the problems of adults and the complex issues that adults face is really remarkable, and something that I know a lot of folks got into anime for. And that gets into my last item. Anime avoids simplicity. And by that I mean that while you certainly have plenty of archetypes that are done over and over again to the point of cliche, it's much more common in anime to have villains that feel more like antagonists. They have reasons behind what they do. They're not as one-dimensional as you get in a lot of other media. Same thing with your protagonists. Protagonists aren't always good, nice people. They're usually heroic, but they have their own issues and their own problems, and they sometimes do the wrong thing. I love the fact that anime can present morality in terms of shades of gray, not to imply that there is no such thing as good or evil, but to explore the spaces between absolute good and absolute evil, to ask questions about ethical choices and whether we're doing the right thing when we think we're doing the right thing. Anime for me can challenge me in ways that I don't get from a lot of other media, and that's one of the things I think is really remarkable about this medium. And again, it's one of the reasons I'm into it, and maybe one of the reasons you're into it too. So that's the list. Obviously, that's not comprehensive, and feel free to leave a comment down below with what gets you into anime if it's not in this list. This is meant more to give you a little bit of ammunition, a little tool in your back pocket in case somebody comes up to you and says, why are you into anime, or why should I be into anime? Here are a few things you can pull out to give some suggestions, and who knows, maybe you'll create the next anime fan.